It's Hockey Night in Canada from Toronto, featuring the Maple Leafs and the Carolina Hurricanes. Quite a week for the hockey fans in Toronto and for their team. They were on a slab at the hockey corners on Wednesday and miraculously revived by Thursday night. Perhaps their worst and best games of the season in the same week, Craig. And now we ask the question, can they string two like that together?
Yeah, that's what's incredible about this league. Things happen so quickly. You have to prove tonight that that's the new norm and not just a one-off. And the next 2.5 hours will show us exactly where they're at.
You see James Reimer, he has had a nice run, hasn't lost in regulation in 8, and Frederik Andersen needs a nice run, coming off his 18th career shutout. Two 72-point teams, the Leafs in the playoffs, the Hurricanes just outside because they're in that Metro division that's so tough. And this could be a treat if we see this matchup all night. Two of the best 22-year-olds in the business. 43-goal scorer Austin Matthews and 35-goal scorer Sebastian Aho, and their lines head-to-head. Slavin and Pesce, two great Carolina defensemen, usually don't play together, but they're starting this game together. There's an outlet pass, a stretch pass for Aho that Mitch Marner knocked down. Marner and Zach Hyman, the wingers, on a line that has scored over 70 goals for the Maple Leafs. Svechnikov and Teravainen, the wingers, on a line that's also scored over 70 goals, but for Carolina. Pesce's back for the puck, trying to clear it against the forecheck of Zach Hyman. Here's all-star Jacob Slavin. Great pass. Svechnikov cuts in towards the net. Puck's right on the goal line. Snatched away by Frederik Andersen, and finally the play is stopped. They'll have to have a close look at that because the puck was right on the line.
Well, what an acrobatic save by Andersen, and he's getting up slowly on that one. He got bumped and knocked back into the net, and this one almost trickled over the line. Svechnikov with an aggressive move. Hall takes him down. Now here, the stick of Svechnikov goes right into the neck of Andersen, but look at his control. He had his eyes on the puck the entire time, was able to get just enough of it to keep it out. But wow, a difficult start for number 31, but that's a huge save early in this game.
Jordan Staal comes on to try and win the draw, but Tavares, who was red hot on Thursday night, won it for Toronto. Joel Edmondson, former St. Louis Blue, is back for the puck. Jordan Staal, the center in support, the captain, sends the puck all the way down the ice, trying to make a pass to Hayden Fleury. And that's an icing call against Carolina.
Well, how about this, your first real big save, and watch the stick of Svechnikov as he gets hit here. It rides up and right underneath in the neck area, but Andersen had the focus. His eyes stayed on that puck, and he was able to manipulate his body down, and Svechnikov was just watching it on the big screen. You can't believe that one didn't trickle through and into the net.
Tavares in the attacking zone won the draw. Rasmus Sandin trying to play the puck into Nylander, still lined up as a left winger. Dennis Mulligan is the third member of this forward line in his second game as a Maple Leaf, wearing number 62. Sandin back for the puck. Nylander back to help him with it, and he got in a little trouble there. Tyson Barrie couldn't come up with a puck. Mulligan back defensively, and now the Leafs start in the right direction. The stretch pass to center. Nylander relays to Tavares. The drop pass right by Nylander and back to center, but the Leafs maintain possession. Carolina's changing. Toronto doing the same thing. Martin Necas is a rookie, number 88. Leaves the puck. Nino Niederreiter wanted it. There's a sharp angle shot that went off the outside of the post. Eric Haula, the center on this line. Necas filling into the blue line, in for Niederreiter. And he's pinned by Travis Dermott of the Maple Leafs. Kerfoot, Pierre Engvall, and Kasperi Kapanen, the line that's on the ice, as Trevor Van Riemsdyk fakes and takes a shot just wide of the net. What a lot of room he had to move in off the blue line.
That was a tough one too, as Marincin was right in the eyesight there of Andersen, and he was standing up trying to block it. It got through him, but just wide.
Jake Gardiner got taken out by Kapanen. A long shot from the blue line went wide of the net. Frederic Gauthier is the fourth line for Toronto. Gets its first ice time of the night. Sandin with a long shot went off a body just wide of the net. Kyle Clifford. Tyson Barrie with a quick shot wide. Clifford hustles in to get the puck. On the outside, has a good look around to Barrie. The puck was tipped into his feet, and he must retreat. Clifford gets back to help him out. So everybody's been in the game now. This is interesting that Rod Brind'Amour is going to play Pesce and Slavin together. I guess he wants his two top defensemen to play against Matthews. They usually play on different pairs to support defensemen who aren't quite as good as they are. Oops. Sandin that did a toe pick, and here comes Matthews. Turns around, fed the puck in front. The goaltender's down, wiped out by his own man. Friendly fire in the net.
It's not friendly. It's number 11. Zach Hyman went hard, and Reimer's down, and he's getting some attention. Slavin going to the bench. This is an aggressive play as Matthews was dipsy-doodling on the outside, pulled it to the side around the net, and watch the middle of the ice here. Great move here by Matthews, putting it to an area, getting around, and right in front, there's the cross-check by Hyman. Knocks his man right into James Reimer, and it was the trailing official that put his arm up. You could see from behind. This one here lost his balance. Slavin goes in hard. The little push there by Hyman brought the arm up by the official. That last little push, even though I think that Slavin was off balance and was probably falling in, and here's the reaction. Boy, that's a little bit of a slow get up there by James Reimer. You remember on the 23rd of December, he only lasted 5 minutes and 11 seconds because of 3 goals. He might not even last that here as he's still on one knee.
Since he was a Maple Leaf, he's only played in this building twice, once with Florida, and he got hurt in that game and had to leave, and then he got pulled in the game you mentioned in December, and Peter Mrazek, who is the backup tonight, is tightening his straps and getting ready to come in if necessary, and just watching to see if he's going to be needed.
Now it looks like he's really testing out his knees as he bent over backwards. He's tapping them down there and trying to dig in and see if he has that lateral movement. It looks like he's going to get a go.
In the meantime, Zach Hyman gets an interference penalty that puts Carolina on the power play. Their power play ranks 10th in the league, 2 for 6 in the last couple of games, and the Leafs still in the bottom third of the league, 25th penalty killing. They've given up 40 power play goals. Carolina has the puck. Aho plays that bumper position. Svechnikov is on the power play. So is Teravainen. That set line. Augmented by Justin Williams, Mr. Game 7. And one defenseman, Jacob Slavin's back at the blue line. The battle in the corner. All of the Leafs were there. All of the Hurricanes were there too. Here's Slavin from the blue line. Svechnikov with a quick pass. Williams on the doorstep. Tipped that. Another chance for Svechnikov. Couldn't quite get a hold of it to get a good shot. Here's Slavin. On the other side, Teravainen walks in, drop pass, Slavin fires and just missed the net. Puck went flying up in the air after it hit the boards, and some of the players went over to the other side thinking the puck was there.
You see the importance of a face-off loss there for the Leafs. That's 40 seconds in your own zone after losing the draw. Yeah, that's one thing for Sheldon Keefe that he's been hesitant to do, is get a centerman in there.
Williams with a slap pass or a hard low pass that Aho tipped right on, and Anderson made the save, and then another shot by Williams. There's a shot by Haula that's stopped by Frederik Andersen. From the blue line, Jake Gardiner feeds the puck in. Haula again fires a shot, and that was stopped. Nate just trying to come up with a puck. The centering pass is into the feet of Wallmark, and his backhand pass missed Nino Niederreiter. Marty Natchez. Pass the puck back to Jake Gardiner. One-timer by Wallmark, and that's sent aside by Frederik Andersen. Wallmark again down low. Erik Haula. Back up to the blue line. Gardiner on the other side. One-timer by Natchez, and a big save by Andersen, who's been busy. That's 9 shots on goal for Carolina. Leafs don't have one yet.
Right, you can't help but think that Thursday night game was such a confidence builder for Frederik Andersen. He needed that as much as his team in front of him needed to put in a good effort, and he was rock solid Thursday. And here early on, as he said, your best penalty killer is usually your goaltender, and here early on he made 3 or 4 really tough saves in tight and looks razor sharp here to start the game.
So 18 seconds to get through before Zach Hyman comes back. Engvall's out. Mitch Marner's got to come in and take the draw, and it's an easy win for Haula. From the blue line, Gardiner passes along the boards. Natchez trying to get it back to him. Leafs can't clear it. Pesce with a shot. That's knocked down by Muzzin in front, but another shot is ripped just wide by Martin Natchez. Pesce held the puck in, so did Gardiner at the line, and finally the Leafs get a hold of it, and out they come to center as Hyman's returned from the penalty box.
And Jim, that's 0 for 3 in the face-off dot on that penalty kill, and it's created all the time in the offensive zone for that power play for Carolina.
And a total of 7 shots. Here's Mitch Marner, passes the puck into the middle. Matthews with a shot that was knocked down in front of the net and didn't quite get through. Muzzin pitches down, holds the puck in. Matthews lost control of it. Carolina put the puck to center, and it's back on a Maple Leaf stick. Toronto changing on the fly. Justin Hall moved the puck ahead. Malkin just stepped off the bench. Hyman still on the ice. And the puck is played back into Rasmus Sandin. Tyson Barrie on the other side, rink wide. Malkin has some speed in on his off wing, moves into the middle and passes into the feet of Barrie, who got it up to his stick, put a shot on net. James Reimer steers that aside. Puck's lifted in the air through center. Svechnikov is in after it. Oh, he took his man in hard, and he'll be penalized as Barrie's down. And Svechnikov is going to go to the penalty box.
Well, Barrie's down, but fortunately he's getting up in that shoulder.
Uh-oh.
That was a very awkward hit for him. And
well, you just never know how a game's going to go. Reimer was bumped earlier. This is the only save he's had to make in the game, and right after that he had to leave the game.
You saw how he stumbled getting up. He made a good save on that Matthews shot, but a frustrated James Reimer gets a little bit of a hug from the guy who ran into him, and Jacob Slavin. So Mrazek, who played last night, gets right back in, and his first job will be to stop this power play.
Third-ranked power play in the NHL. 1 for 9 in the last 4 games, and no Tyson Barrie on the power play, so Rasmus Sandin gets to work with the #1 unit. There was a win for Tavares, but Jordan Staal went ahead, couldn't get the puck out though. Tavares holds it in. William Nylander up the boards. Mitch Marner trying to pass the puck into the middle. Good aggressive penalty killing here. And Brock McGinn comes up with the puck and sends it down the ice. This power play is brought to you by Ram 1500, the most luxurious truck in its class.
I would expect this penalty kill to be pretty aggressive here. The Canes are top 7 in the league, and they're not going to allow this setup to happen easily. I think they're going to continue to be aggressive. They were in the offensive zone there, and a little bit of a hiccup creates a chance.
2-on-1 shorthanded. Teravainen moves in. Oh, great save by Anderson. What a beauty. Back the other way, the power play moves in. Matthews couldn't control the puck, and it's shot down the ice by Teuvo Teravainen.
There's the other thing they're good at. 9 shorthanded goals. Top 3 in the NHL. That happened pretty quick, didn't it?
Sandin with the drop back. Jason Spezza attacks the line with some speed. Hyman sends the puck back to him. Hook to the front of the net. Before Kerfoot could get there, the puck was cleared down the ice. Now Jake Muzzin loops back. Malkin to the line, tried to pass that puck to Spezza. Now he's going to go after it. Trevor Van Riemsdyk is back. Warren Foegele gets a hold of the puck and backhands it down the ice. And the Leafs haven't been able to get their setup. Spezza again. Passes the puck off to Kerfoot. The season opening goes right into the middle. Cutting off the bench. Kapanen fired a shot. Mrazek, who's in goal now, made the save. Peter Mrazek played last night in a 5-2 loss to the New York Rangers. It was to be Reimer's night, but he's out. Spezza on the power play. Jordan Staal got the puck away from him. Here's Foegele. Or McGinn make that, chasing after Jake Muzzin, and Muzzin turns and passes the puck across the ice to Dermott.
Yeah, that was a good aggressive move by Muzzin, though. If he had backed up there, that might have become a 3-on-2 and another scoring chance. Instead, he choked it off and turned the puck over.
Here's a steal. Kyle Clifford, big save there by Mrazek. Another save, this time off Kasperi Kapanen. He's just entered the game, but finally the Leafs are getting some shots, and we're back to 5-on-5 as the goalies have starred early.
Well, that power play created a lot of chances in the early ones. You don't want to take a penalty here in a scrum and have the official grab one guy. Sebastian Aho has 3 shorthanded goals this year. This one, you get trapped and you create a 2-on-1. Little give and go, backhand pass. And how about the read by Anderson? He knew that he had Teravainen on his backhand, so the pass was the only option. And here's one of those good saves by Mrazek. Gets out aggressively, cuts off the angle there for Clifford.
And then got the second one off Kasperi Kapanen. Dermott and Hall playing together. There'll be all sorts of different combinations now, one would think. Puck's up for grabs. Kapanen tried to push that ahead. Couldn't get it to a teammate. But he stole the puck at the blue line and has some room. His pass was deflected right on Mrazek. He's trying to pass that off to Frederick Gauthier. There's a penalty coming up behind the play. And it'll be against Carolina.
Kapanen's had a number of jawing after the whistle. You saw in that scrum in front, and he's following up Thursday's aggressive performance with another good start here, and he draws the penalty, and now 6-on-5, a chance to try to get set up in the offensive zone.
Matthews with a little drop back. Nylander has no speed. He's turned back at center. Tavares passes the puck into the middle, and Carolina will get a hold of that, and they'll have to take the culprit off the bench. Nino Niederreiter is going to get the penalty on Kapanen, and he's already on the bench. He is the power play quarterback. This power play brought to you by Ram 1500, the most luxurious truck in its class. Mitch Marner trying to pass off to Nylander, plays broken up by that good aggressive penalty killing again.
Well, what you really see is F1. The first forward tries to be aggressive and disrupt this drop back or what the first puck carrier wants to do, and so far it's been fairly effective.
Now there's a line of Hurricanes across the blue line. Matthews could only put the puck in deep. Tavares is there. Marner, Matthews, but again the Hurricanes get the puck. Well, he went to that second unit in an awful hurry. Here's Warren Fogle racing after the puck. He'll stop up, kill some time, turn back again. Mulligan can't get inside on him at all. Got Jordan Martin back in the lineup, and he's with him on this penalty kill.
Fogle with 3 shorthanded goals as well. And you can see they're not afraid to try to outwork the power play here. And sometimes on the power play, you don't think you have to be quite as aggressive. Well, you do against this penalty killing unit.
Here's Kerfoot in with a shot over top of the net. McGinn gets to the puck and sends it down the ice. Yes, this penalty killing unit, like the way the team plays, just like Rod Brind'Amour.
Sure, I'm not sure if Pesce got a follow-through stick to the face there on that shot. He went down in a heap, and he was slow to get back to the bench.
But he's there now and doubled over. Marner now. Fans get restless with the power play. Matthews to Nylander. Into the middle, Marner missed it. And the puck comes all the way to center ice. Sandin dumps the puck in. Mrazek will set it up. And the Hurricanes get out of their own zone in a hurry once again. Edmondson with a long shot that Anderson handles and forced to face off in their own zone. Face-off win, and Aho's shot is blocked. Pesce can't get a hold of the puck. He and Slavin playing together against Matthews, and Austin Matthews is after the puck. Slavin stopped him from passing it out front. Marner holds the puck in. Slavin in a battle. Pesce knocked the puck down as Hyman tried to get it to Matthews. That's why that pair is together against this group as Muzzin turns and shoots wide. Slavin up the boards. Aho off the boards. Knocked out of the air by Marner. And the puck stays inside the line. Hyman's in a battle here with Jacob Slavin. Looks up, clears the puck to center ice, but Matthews knocked it out of the air, and back in he comes. His pass, fishing for it as Marner can't come up with it. Pesce. Lots of work in the attacking zone for this shift of Matthews' line, but they couldn't get anything to the net.
That's what you hope for if you're Sheldon Keefe. Keep that Aho line having to deal with the skill of Marner and Matthews and keep on their heels and play in the defensive zone.
Lately, it seems if that Aho line doesn't score, Carolina has some trouble because they've got 3 lines that don't score much. Here's Kapanen with a shot off the side of the net. Dashing after the puck is Warren Fogle. He's got Justin Williams with him, and he bobbled the puck at the blue line, so the play's offside. The Leafs are a little different because they're a little deeper. They depend on the top 6 as opposed to just the top 3.
And if you square off on that line having to play Matthews, it opens up the Tavares line to hopefully take advantage of maybe a little more favorable one.
And that's the line that's on the ice right now, and they get the puck to center. Shot back in. Williams will go after it. Anderson just got that puck to Hall. Van Riemsdyk held the puck in, but it's knocked out of the air by a high stick. Lots of volume.
Where they can frustrate is they're good defensively. They're the 3rd best team in shots against in the National Hockey League, keeping it under 30. And you've seen that here in the first. Just 5 for the Leafs.
There's Martinook dumping the puck in. McKinn goes in after it. Walmart, the 3rd member of this forward line, as the puck got to the front of the net on Spezza's stick. Just about went into the back of the net. Long shot by Van Riemsdyk. There's a rebound. Loose, thrown at the net. How did that stay out? McGinn must have thought that he had a goal there with a gaping cage and a backhander that didn't get through the crowd. Close call. Here's Gardner starting out of his own zone. Walmart trying to get position on Muzzin, and Muzzin's on top of him as they slide across the ice. Justin Hall back for the puck. Frederic Gauthier comes back to collect it. Muzzin to Hall. And to Gauthier at center ice. And the Hurricanes, Erik Haula dumps the puck right back in. Niederreiter with forecheck. Hall made a play to Muzzin. The referee got in the way, but the puck came back to Jake. And he gets it out over the blue line to center. Austin Matthews in over the line. The shot from the wing by Hyman was stopped by Mrazek. Now Marner after the puck. Change on the fly to get a different matchup here for the Matthews line. One that Rod Brind'Amour might not want. The defensemen are standing at the bench trying to get a change here, but Edmondson and Fleury can't get off yet. Hayden Fleury reverses behind the net to his partner, Joel Edmondson. Safely to center. Niederreiter tips the puck in, and Carolina gets a change. Toronto's going to do the same thing. Dermott is back for the puck. Kerfoot just ahead of him. Pass across the ice was picked off by Teravainen. So Leafs got a matchup they might like, and now Carolina might like this one a little better because of another change on the fly to get Aho's line back on against Kerfoot instead of Matthews.
You wonder if Matthews comes out, or maybe he puts him with Tavares here to get a better defense with Pesce and Slavin on the ice right now for this shift. That's one thing Sheldon Keefe's not afraid to do.
Here's Pierre Engvall. Kerfoot's right behind him. Kapanen's in the slot. Engvall's shot is rejected by goaltender Peter Mrazek. All the way to center ice. Kerfoot gets back after the puck ahead of Svechnikov. Van Riemsdyk. There's a shoot in by Aho. Didn't get it deep. Hall's back to collect the puck. In the midst of a change, Tavares to center to Malgin. He can't get in with the puck, and Jake Gardner's got it. A skipper down the ice got by Williams and goes for an icing call against Carolina. Right off the draw, Nylander ripped a shot, and a stick got in to deflect that off the glass. Malgin along the boards. Tavares, referee's in the way there. Tavares now has the puck. Stahl trying to stay with him. Sandin trying to stand up at the line. He knocked his man Fogle down and got the puck back. Tavares is back in. Then as Malgin stops up, dropped the puck off. Muzzin put it in deep. William Nylander chased by Jacob Slavin. Slavin won the battle as he often does and got the puck. Williams to center. Onto the wing, out of the reach of Van Riemsdyk. He wants to get to the bench and change as the Leafs break out. Muzzin with the drop back. Marincek. Little indecision there, and he turned back. Long pass up the middle, off the skates of Kyle Clifford. Couldn't quite get it to his stick. So back in the other way. Centering pass is tipped into the corner. Wallmark is there. Martinook is after the puck. So is McGinn. And out with it comes Frederic Gauthier, and he'll dump it in with Spezza and Clifford. Spezza will chase the puck on the boards. Wallmark banked it off the boards. Dermott kept the play alive in the attacking zone. Gauthier against Pesce. Clifford centering pass off the side of the net. Close call there. Jordan Martinook bounces the puck off the boards down the ice. Both teams change slowly. Dermott turned back by Svechnikov. And we're back to the Austin Matthews-Sebastian Aho matchup. But Gardner and Fleury are the defensive pair. Lots of changes on that Carolina blue line. Here's Marner's pass. Didn't get through to Matthews. Turned back the other way. Carolina's got good sticks. They break up a lot of plays. Puck's knocked out of the air by Hayden Fleury. Here's Sebastian Aho. Coming up late is Gardner. Goes to the front of the net. Centering pass. Jake Gardner stopped by Anderson. Got a couple of whacks at that one. Justin Hall can't get the puck out. Aho kept it in. Gardner again. Aho again. Stripped to the puck. This could be a great chance for Toronto. Breaking away. Zach Hyman. Stopped by Mrazek. Big saves both ends. Still scoreless. Teuvo Teravainen back in. His pass. Trying to get it through to Niederreiter. Svechnikov can't come up with a puck. Kapanen dashes back the other way. Wide on Slavin. Puts on the brakes. Kerfoot coming off the bench. Back to Muzzin. His shot. Stop. Rebound. Score. Alex Kerfoot. It took a second chance, but Alex Kerfoot stayed with it, put on the brakes, and put the puck behind Peter Mrazek for the game's first goal.
Well, the game just opened up with Hyman in all alone. And how about this save by Mrazek, stretching out and getting the blocker as Hyman tried to put it up and over. And once again, though, it's the speed of Kapanen that backs Slavin off, creates a little bit of a seam, and staying on the rebound there is Kerfoot. And for him, a little bit of relief. First goal in 13 games as he battles through that one, and Mrazek was down, and somehow he was able to slide that one under his glove.
9th goal of the season, looks more comfortable back at center ice. In his familiar position the last couple of games, and a big goal in the dying seconds of the first period for Kerfoot.
That speed by Kapanen, though, he just backed Slavin off, and once he got that little cushion, stopped up, and that's what opened up the trailer to be wide open.
Engvall gets the puck deep. Slavin now trying to contain him. Kapanen after the puck again, and the green light comes on and the horn sounds. An interesting first period here tonight. The shots were 14-10 Carolina. Well, that's a relief for Toronto, as is having a 1-0 lead. So they go into the second period, which is then their best. 82nd period goals, 24 more than they score in the first, as Aho puts a shot into the glove of Frederik Andersen. Justin Hall pushes the puck through center. Austin Matthews centering pass out front. Marner just couldn't find it. It was in his feet. Teravainen clears the puck. So we're seeing the Aho and Matthews match up again to start this period. Both coaches comfortable with that. Marincin with the shoot in. Tavares line in after the puck. William Nylander up the boards to Martin Marincin. Watched by Justin Williams, who just lost his stick. Joel Edmondson trying to move the puck out of his own zone. Malgin came in to get it, but stumbled. An outlet pass to Warren Foegele. Tracked down by Travis Dermott. Back to help. Malgin put the puck into the corner. Hayden Fleury came down off the blue line to hold the puck in. Foegele battles. Williams gets the puck. He's got Stahl out front. The wraparound just about went in off Tavares' skate to the side of the net. Jordan Stahl with another shot, an easy blocker save. Here comes Hayden Fleury, rips a shot. Andersen, very cool, made the save. And seconded chance for Fleury and a wraparound. There's gridlock behind the net as the puck is dumped in. And Peter Mrazek went out to stop it.
Foegele and Dermott just had a battle going on in front of Frederik Andersen. Andersen made a save throughout all that traffic, and his play was already down the other end. They were still going at it.
Alex Kerfoot, who has the goal, made a centering pass that's picked up by Erik Haula. Bump at center. Sandin went down, and so did Martin Necas. And in comes Pierre Engvall, centering pass. Barry shoots, and that's stopped by Mrazek. Looks like his shoulder's okay to shoot. Niederreiter dumps the puck in. Frederik Andersen calmly smothers the puck.
Well, for Andersen, he's had a couple of adventures around his crease. All kinds of body. Here's a wraparound that you got to be worried, okay, is there a skate it could hit? And it almost did off the captain Tavares, just wide of the post. And then other battles in front. Here's that good follow-up as Barry called for that one in the middle of the ice. Got a good shot, and Mrazek continued to be sharp.
Gauthier and Wallmark on the ensuing face-off. Martinook comes in to get the puck. Trying to backhand it up front, but he's checked by Marincin. Jason Spezza in the air. Gardner went up the ladder, and then he's checked by Frederik Gauthier. Spezza missed that pass that might have set up a 2-on-1. And it goes for an icing call against Toronto. Spezza got the draw. Marincin checked by Brock McGinn. Leafs can't get out. Good work by Wallmark. One-handed the puck behind the net to Brock McGinn. He'll cycle back from behind the net, working out front. Martinook with a chance there that went into the corner as Spezza. Hard pass, too hot to handle for Clifford, and the puck goes deep. Then Riemsdyk is back. Clifford takes him up, takes the puck, tried to center it. It deflected back to the blue line. Justin Hall tried to put the puck at the net. Martinook blocked that. Jake Gardner along the boards to center. Muzzin quickly back the other way. Marner couldn't quite get by Jake Gardner. Sebastian Aho. Here's Teravainen, looks to the net, tried to pass, and went into the corner. Matthews is back to collect the puck. Quickly to Mitch Marner. Driving the middle is Zach Hyman. The drop pass. Matthews stops. Can't shoot. What a move. Open up Hall. A tip high in the slot, didn't get through to the net.
You see the confidence of Matthews and just the quick hands, putting a puck to an area in between the skate and stick of the defender. He made a heck of a play to create something out of nothing there.
Where there's lots of creativity on the ice with these two lines matched up against each other. Matthews again starts out. Marner again takes over, leaves the puck for Justin Hall. He's checked and Aho's back the other way quickly. There's some room. Warren Foegele shoots. Great save by Anderson. When he's on his game, he doesn't move, doesn't flinch, just makes himself big and makes big saves.
Jim, you talked about skill. Here's a great example. Watch the hands, just quick little pullback. Felt the pressure coming, put the puck to an area, and that created the chance on the net. The other end, though, great stick at the blue line. Turn this one over, and all of a sudden you're going back the other way. Aho to Foegele, and this is, as you mentioned, great positional save there. You know, that's the shot that guys want. They try to go over the crook of the arm there, and he was out so aggressively that he wasn't able to get it, and Anderson makes the save and gets the whistle.
Stahl won the draw cleanly from Nylander. It was Fleury who put the puck on the net. Could have been dangerous with all the traffic in front. An outlet over the head of Fleury. Mrazek's out to play the puck. Justin Williams with a tip to center. Here's Foegele again trying to get open. Draws the puck in, can't get the shot away as the Leafs got back. Stahl to the blue line. Edmondson with a shot deflected just wide. Back to the line. Hayden Fleury just holds the puck in. Foegele reversed behind the net for Jordan Stahl. Williams comes in to help out. And Barrie gets a hold of the puck. Nylander with an aerial outlet. Dennis Malgin trying to race onto this. Hayden Fleury is back. Malgin stays with him. In to throw a hit. Jerked the puck loose was John Tavares with a swing and a miss in front for Nylander.
Yeah, Malgin there just put it a little too into the feet of Nylander. He wasn't able to get a piece of it.
Erik Haula back with a shot just wide of the net. Alex Kerfoot. Breakaway pass for Kapanen. Trying to pull away. Can't get away from Gardner. He's still got the puck and he's stopped by Mrazek. Had so much time after he turned back and he looked skyward as Mrazek made the save.
Now the game's starting to open up a little bit, isn't it? And you can see a bouncing puck there, and a good job by Malgin getting in on the forecheck. Turns the puck over as you get in and make a play. Tavares to Malgin, and then just a bouncing puck that Nylander unable to get a piece of. And how about that outlet pass as Kapanen uses his speed, buys the time, and Mrazek, who was sliding across to his right, Jim, I think that's why Kapanen can't believe he wasn't able to find a hole there.
Off the draw, Kapanen has the puck. Dropped it off to Rasmus Sandin. Kerfoot. Puck bounced on him. A shot from the point by Sandin's kicked away by Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Brock McGinn pinned here by Kerfoot. Hurricanes get the puck. Wallmark off the boards for Jordan Martinook. Barrie had the angle on him. Gardner threw the puck towards the front of the net. And a missed pass there. But the puck stays inside the attacking line. Quick centering pass. McGinn through his legs, couldn't get a shot. Martinook hooked the puck in front. Wallmark scores! Where the puck was a hot potato, and Lucas Wallmark finally put it in the back of the net, and the game's tied 1-1.
Now this game's happening at a fast pace, and the one thing that the Carolina Hurricanes can do, they can get in there quickly, and they jump on loose pucks. Down low, a little bit of a cycle, and this one to the front of the net. Looks like for a second the Leafs were able to get out, but Martinook went twice, was able to get it and keep it alive, and then Wallmark coming out from out high, gets left all alone. He curls out high into the high slot. You got two Leafs there and nobody able to jump in and get there. As Engvall was watching the play, instead of looking to his left, Wallmark jumped in and grabbed that rebound, and no chance at all for Anderson.
So that's sort of the trademark of Carolina's game, isn't it? Get the puck in deep, cycle it a little bit, get it to the front of the net.
As you mentioned, a lot like their coach played. That was Rod Brind'Amour. He was just a hound dog on that puck, and he was always in there and always able to turn pucks over, and his team plays very much in the look of their head coach.
A little more creativity allowed on this particular line as Aho's back out against Austin Matthews in a 1-1 game. Pesce and Slavin back and playing together. Aho comes back for the puck. Carolina's outlet is behind Svechnikov, and Jake Muzzin gets the puck back. Mitch Marner Matthews poked the puck ahead, in on Pesce, trying to cut towards the front of the net. Pesce and Slavin are two of the best in hockey at that play, breaking up plays, using their stick. There's Pesce again, straight ahead. Ran into a little trouble, so he just dumped the puck in. Dermott is back for Toronto. Frederic Gauthier. Edmondson checks him at center ice. Travis Dermott turns back in his own zone. Watched by Jordan Staal. Has Marincin over on the other side. And he plays the puck to it. He'll skate it to center, or almost to center, before he moved the puck ahead, and it's tipped in by Gauthier. And up into the air and hit the netting. Canes win the draw, and Fleury's shot was deflected just wide of the net. Martin Necas. Nino Niederreiter pinned to the boards by Gauthier. Stays with it and battles, though. And now out of that fray, Gauthier gets the puck ahead to Spezza. Fleury's back against him as he stops up, looks for some help coming off the bench. Turns back again. Tavares had come off the bench to join him, and he's in after the puck. And now he's got it against Fleury. Tried to wrap around and lost control of the puck. And out with it comes Nino Niederreiter to center. Eric Halla dumps the puck in. Here's that forecheck again. Sandin is back, had to turn quickly, ran into trouble, lost the puck, centering pass. Halla stopped by Anderson.
Well, Frederik Andersen admitted that mentally he just wasn't where he wanted to be earlier this week. He said after the game on Thursday, you've got to be pissed off. When we can play like this, we can compete with anyone. And he's brought that mindset so far into the game here tonight. On the other side, however, Peter Mrazek in goal. James Reimer done for the night with a lower body injury. And so at the ready is Maple Leafs emergency backup David Ayres, the 42-year-old Zamboni driver. Always ready on game nights in Toronto. They're getting a jersey prepared for him if he is called upon, Jim.
Put down the hot dog and the beer and get ready. Here's Justin Williams for Carolina in this 1-1 tie. Sets up Jacob Slavin. He puts the puck to the net, deflected into the corner. Williams is there. There's a battle on in front of the net again. Williams with Fogle in front of the net, and he's been battling with Sandin. There's a shot from the blue line, just went wide on a deflection as Pesce took that shot. Off the boards, not out. Leafs can't clear it. Slavin knocked it down. Sandin will try the other side, and he just put the puck to center ice. There's going to be a penalty here. A high stick got up in the face of Pesce. William Nylander's going to go.
Nylander just reaching for that one. The pass, you mentioned the pressure. So Sandin's a little bit under pressure, makes the pass a little too far away. The long stretch, Nylander can't get there, and he ends up reaching, missing the stick of Pesce, gets the stick up, and he knew it right away. Right on that visor there as he was reaching, and a little bit too late.
So a second power play of the night for the Carolina Hurricanes. Again, 10th in the league with a man advantage. Their first unit is on the bench right now. The second unit starts. Gardner trying to keep the puck in. Marner, the penalty killer, out with Hyman, clears the puck down the ice.
That's a big play by Marner. There's yet again another lost faceoff by a non-centerman as Hyman unable to grab that one.
Muzzin and Hall, the defenseman, back. Walmart comes in, threw the puck across the ice. There's a great stick by Jake Muzzin to keep the puck away from Martin Necas. Necas shovels the puck back to the line. Gardner just onside. Necas looks to the net. And then he goes back to the blue line. Gardner again slips the puck in. Walmart with a long shot that's knocked down in front of the net. Hit Nino Niederreiter. And Marner gets into the attacking zone, killing some time here. Working very slowly, and now the power play starts out again. Gardner onto the wing. Halla tipped the puck for Niederreiter. They'll go back up top. Jake Gardner again, screen shot, hit the screen, and went off the glass. Walmart back to Gardner, shoveled the puck across. Necas looks to the net, shovels into the middle. Walmart scores! Nino Niederreiter, 21, not 71, took the shot from the slot, and Niederreiter has given the Carolina Hurricanes a power play goal and a 2-1 lead.
And that's a killer when you have a needless penalty in the neutral zone. And the Carolina Hurricanes do a good job of puck control here. Watch Necas, he just delays, gets somebody over to him, and Niederreiter just walks into that one. Last second dive here by Kerfoot trying to get in that shooting lane, and this is just a rocket. up and over the shoulder of Anderson, but good patience by the young rookie as he slides that backhander back, and you could see Lucas Wallmark coming across in the vision of Anderson, and that one in the upper third of the net. There's the point to his line mate on a really well-served one-timer in the slot.
So the Hurricanes have the lead for the first time in the game, 2-1. They have both goals in this period. Wallmark and Niederreiter have both scored. And Matthews is back to the attack. Marner with a shot. Didn't get a great one away, and there was a second chance for Hyman, and he couldn't get the puck by Peter Mrazek.
Now Mrazek knew that was a bad rebound, wasn't it? Sitting right there, and it almost cost him.
Svechnikov trying to break out. He's got some help. Aho is with him. Looking around, a little back pass chopped away by Marner and a good back check. And Matthews has the puck. Pesce trying to stay with him here, forces him to turn back, turns the puck over. Here's a 3-on-2 for Carolina. Could be a 4-on-2 with the defenseman joining in. Aho with a shot. Anderson steered the puck into the safety netting. Bonus. Edmondson takes the shot. There's a rebound, and they're up 3-1 now as Warren Foegele buried the rebound of the point shot, and the Hurricanes have a 2-goal lead.
Well, you see the faces on the Leaf bench. This is one of those little shockers. It just back to the point quickly. It's something that we talked at the beginning of the game, the importance of the face-off. This one, Stahl wins on the forehand of Tavares, and in tight. Foegele does a good job. Watch the below your screen. He's got the physical matchup against Sandin. He can't get him. Foegele gets inside, outmuscles his man, grabs the rebound, and Anderson knew that there'd be traffic in front. Look at his reaction. Tried to kick out the left pad to get that rebound before Foegele did, but he was able to get it between the 5-hole before the goaltender.
56 seconds after the Niederreiter power play goal, Foegele got that rebound, and Carolina's got a 2-goal lead, and all of their goals are secondary goals. And here they come again. That long shot didn't miss by much. Foegele again works hard, gets the puck back to Fleury. Edmondson on the other side, and a great stick. Knocked the puck down. Jason Spezza's long reach, and oh, what a collision here. Mrazek got run over by Kyle Clifford. And the worst case scenario for the Carolina Hurricanes, the trainers on the ice again to look at a goaltender, and already one goaltender's out of the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can really blame Clifford on this one. This is a race for a puck, and he's focused on getting there. I'll have to watch it again in live motion there. It's just one of those quick plays. He's going, trying to get after the puck. He's focused on it, and all of a sudden, there he is. Mrazek going after it, wasn't just trying to stop and make the play. He tried to follow through. Look at the goaltender. Oh, he's trying to make a shot with that puck. And yeah, I don't even think that Clifford's really even looking at the goaltender, but that is one heck of a hard collision. The mask came off, and you've got to hope that Mrazek, who's come in relief and played really well, settle things down.
We're just halfway through the second period, and David Aries
Unbelievable,
will be
isn't
getting
it?
ready to play hockey. Might be needed tonight.
And you just never think of this scenario at all, both goaltenders, but
And Mrazek, as you can see, is doubled over.
when you saw the hand of Clifford as he came up for the collision, got right into the face. That's what knocked that helmet right off, and he's...
I wonder if there's a possibility at all that James Reimer could come back in, but if not, there's no goaltender on the bench. David Aries, 42-year-old emergency goaltender in the building, is probably getting ready, and there's a charging call against Kyle Clifford. With more on this emergency goaltender, David Aries, here's Kyle.
Yeah, well, Jim, what a night this could potentially become here with the 2 injuries to the Carolina netminders. David Aries, an Ontario boy, played some junior B hockey back in his day. He's 42 years old now, toiled around a couple minor league camps after that. He's been around the Maple Leafs and the Marlies for the last few years, a Zamboni driver, and often during certain practices, if they needed an extra body out there for a goalie, he'll fill in there. Their outdoor practice this year at Nathan Phillips Square, he was part of there as well. So well familiar with the Maple Leafs organization, and maybe thrust into action tonight as we're back after this.
There's still no goaltender on the ice for the Carolina Hurricanes. Kyle Clifford is still in the penalty box.
After video review, the call on the ice has been reversed. It is now a minor penalty for charging.
So initially they were calling it a major, but they're allowed under the new rules to go to the situation room for the referees here to have a look at the video and determine whether or not it should be a major, and they have determined this is a minor penalty.
And I would think one of the big things they looked at was the head of Clifford. Did he ever really take a peek and know that the goaltender was coming in hot there? And I just think that it happened so quickly. And you got to remember, even as you watch it in regular speed, the decision-making process is there. There is no question it's a penalty as he's the aggressive one. And how about this moment? Oh, my goodness. What can be going through your mind right now? And you know what's going through Rod Brindamore's mind. He can't believe he's seeing what he's watching. Number 90 come out, get fist bumped from all his players.
David Ayres, the emergency goaltender. He's from Whitby, played some junior B. Sat on the bench for the Marlies in December of 2015, but didn't have to play. And here he is in a National Hockey League game in the middle of a playoff race for a team that desperately needs the points.
So
what a moment.
What's going through your mind as Rod Brindamore? You know, Jim, as a coach, you're thinking, okay, matchups. You've talked about it all game as they sort of chit-chat there. Do I want my defensive pairings? Now you just got to adjust on the fly and play the way you have been.
And in this period, they've been very good. They've been playing typical Hurricanes hockey, get the puck deep and attack.
How about the reaction of the players? Every player got a little fist bump. Here was the reaction. Yeah, well, Rod, I don't blame you. You've seen a lot of things in your long, illustrious career as a player, and now you're fairly short one as a head coach, but rarely do you see this.
Rarely do you see this. He's getting a warm-up, and that's because he's an emergency goaltender, and some of the players didn't even know that would be allowed here. They threw some pucks on the ice, the referees did, and allowed a few of the Carolina Hurricanes to give David Ayres a bit of a warm-up.
They're sure all giving him fist bumps. Are they? They're trying to talk him up, say, just relax, go in and play. And if you're the Leafs right now, I know you got to kill off this penalty, but boy, you've got to be thinking everything to the net. You can't be giving up shots. You got to force him to try to get his focus here early on.
In your wildest dreams, you would never expect this to happen if you're the emergency goaltender.
Jim, David Ayres, 42 years old, the Marlies Zamboni driver, now thrust under the bright lights of the NHL.
Reminiscent of Scott Foster. Remember, he became famous for coming into the goal in Chicago as an emergency replacement. He went 14 minutes, so he didn't have to play very much. Made 7 saves, didn't give up a goal. There's a long ways to go here tonight.
Now, we still have to wonder whether it is the end for Mrazek, but as I mentioned, regardless, there's going to be the concussion protocol, which is typically about a 15-minute mark, and he wasn't on the game sheet, so
timekeeper's trying to figure out how to get him into the game.
Guy? Yeah. How do I put him into the system?
Right off the draw, there's a shot just wide by Lucas Wallmark, looking for his second goal, and the puck is cleared down the ice by the Maple Leafs.
Jim, we thought that December 23rd game was wild.
This is topping it. Not as many goals as there might be. Natchez threw the puck towards the net. Wallmark in the corner trying to keep it alive. So is Erik Haula. Nino Niederreiter. Hard around. Erik Haula will have to chase the puck back into his own zone as the penalty killers change up. Jake Gardiner takes over. Has some options. He went up the middle and gave the puck away, and Travis Dermott sends it back down the other direction. Gardiner back. He was stripped to the puck by Kasperi Kapanen. With Pierre Engvall, they put the puck in behind the net. Svechnikov back to collect it as the #1 power play comes on for Carolina. Andrei Svechnikov on Marty Marincin. Couldn't quite get by him, but he still got the puck back to the blue line. Here's Teravainen to the net, and that's caught by Frederik Andersen, and he stops play.
Well, how about Ayres? He's not even coming out of the crease. Both times he's just pointing to his defenseman saying, yep, there's the puck, you go get it. Yep, you go get it, go back. I don't blame him. You know, the one thing you don't want to do is get caught wandering and maybe mishandle a puck. And so that'll be interesting for the Leafs once they get 5-on-5. Where do you dump the puck in? And I'm sure he'll be sticking close to the net.
Aho got the draw. Jacob Slavin has the puck. In deep, Svechnikov is there. Justin Williams back to the net. Slavin. Here's Teravainen and cross ice. Fed back to Jacob Slavin again. Teravainen into the middle. Aho's shot is stopped. Svechnikov picks up the puck and sends it back to Slavin. He bobbled it. It was bouncing. Teravainen draws the defender in. They go to the side of the net. Aho with a swing and a miss out front. The puck's poked away by Zach Hyman. He flips it down the ice, and now Ayers is going to come out of the net. He successfully played it back to the goal. Slavin for Aho. Svechnikov, a cross-ice pass. Table Teravainen to the net. That almost deflected in. It did. It almost went in the first time. Deflected off the goaltender and Travis Dermott. And the Carolina Hurricanes have a 4-1 lead.
Well, how about that? Just on call, Ayers goes out and he actually plays this puck. He makes a quick decision here. Hyman going in after it, and he does a pretty good job of just keeping it to an area out of trouble. The fans respond, and how about this break? I always said never a bad thing to get the puck to the net. This one goes right off the rebound, goes into the leg of Dermott, and Aho on the doorstep. I'm not even sure if Aho got a piece of it. Did it go off and in? Wow,
he reached for it. I'm not sure he got it.
No, he's pointing over there. I'm not sure if Aho even did get a piece of it, but pretty smart play there by Ayers to get it away from Zach Hyman.
Put a deep breath and another drink of water. And a 3-goal cushion for the Carolina Hurricanes. And what a night this has been.
And now if you're Leafs, just get playing. Get everything in offensively. Spend as much time you can around here and get everything to the net.
Tavares turns, he shoots, he scores! Well, they're within 2. Hard shot by John Tavares makes it a 4-2 game.
And what a night for Carolina. You could see there, Pesce, he ended up getting his shoulder hurt on this little wraparound. Slavin falls down, Pesce comes in, and he gets hurt right there. He hardly even got hit by Tavares, and everything on net. Why not? Tavares, smart move. You've got Slavin in no man's land. Forget about trying to pass it. Just get the puck through underneath the legs of Slavin, underneath the legs of Ayers. You could see Pesce going off. And a smart play here as Pesce's off. Slavin gave his goaltender a little bit of a tap. Don't worry about it. Just keep playing. Get focused.
So 2 goaltenders and a top defenseman out of the game now for Carolina. The emergency backup is in. Because of that injury, there was so much room for Tavares to turn the corner and make that shot.
I thought it looked like Pesce's stick got caught in the boards and maybe got him. So there's the message on the Leaf bench. Everything to the net.
Long pass to center was knocked down. Hayden Fleury shoots the puck back in. Jake Muzzin can't quite get out at the line. Anderson sent the puck to the boards. Tavares with Matthews and Nylander for a shift here. Turned back by Sebastian Aho. Jake Muzzin to Justin Hall as a change is underway. Nylander checked at center.
If I'm Sheldon Keefe right now too, I get your top lines out there. You know, shorten the bench here to finish this period and don't allow him to get comfortable, or don't allow Mrazek a chance to get back.
Lucas Wallmark with an outlet. Martin in deep for Brock McGinn. Martin trying to get out front or get the puck out front. Wallmark to the net, bouncing puck. Another one went off a knee just in front of the goaltender. Pierre Engvall plays the puck to Rasmus Sandin. Great move into the attacking zone. Will he shoot the puck? Passes it across. Kapanen couldn't get a shot because he had to turn and take that on his backhand. Barry with a shot. Knocked down. Score! Pierre Engvall. His first in 19 games, and Engvall has made this a 1-goal game.
Well, how about the move by Rasmus Sandin in the neutral zone? No, you talk about breaking ankles. This is just a heck of a deceptive outside, inside, knockdown. Wallmark made the play, stopped up, had good patience. And then this one, Engvall, who, as you mentioned, has been struggling to get anything at the net, just kicks out, grabs that rebound, and in front of the net, Jake Gartner's his responsibility is to box out here, find that loose puck. The rebound goes off of him, right on the stick of Engvall. And what a start here. Every player coming back, giving him a tap. Difficult position to be in. Clock can't go fast enough now to get a little breather at the end of the second period for Carolina.
Just doesn't seem fair, though, does it? Anderson out to play the puck in a 4-3 game. By the way, that last Carolina goal, they've given for now to Aho from Teravainen, so he's got 36. Here comes Austin Matthews trying to get his stick loose, draws a penalty on the play, and there could be a couple of candidates, and now David Ayres is going to have to face a Toronto power play.
And you know, credit for the Leafs now. You've got to take advantage of it. You got to crank it up a little bit. You know you've got a unique opportunity to try to keep the pressure on, and Matthews jumps on the loose puck. He's got two Canes on either side. There's another outside-inside move. Van Riemsdyk dives down. Haula came in, and it was Haula who ended up getting the slash on the hands. Good non-call for a penalty shot as they were neck and neck, and he hadn't gone through.
Well, brace yourself, David Ayres. Face-off win for Carolina, and shorthanded. Matthews trying to stop the puck against Brock McGinn. Tavares there as well, but he can't hold the puck inside the line. Tyson Barrie has got a couple of assists in the second period. Remember, we thought he was out of the game. He's come back, and Matthews skates to center. The drop back. Mitch Marner. Return pass is intercepted and taken away. No Pesce to kill the penalty. Here's Jordan Staal. He takes a shot that had to be stopped by Frederik Andersen, and Staal stays on Tyson Barrie. Slavin killing the penalty right now with Joel Edmondson. Wouldn't you be tempted to just change the way you play here and start shooting from everywhere? Nylander. Round to John Tavares. Stick got in there, but the puck stays inside the line. Barrie stripped of the puck, and here's a breakaway for Sebastian Aho. Stopped by Frederik Andersen.
You know, Aho looked back. I thought maybe for a second he thought it was a Leaf coming after him. It was Teravainen who was with him. It maybe got him off track for a split second as he was in all alone.
And this game gets curiouser and curiouser.
It's going to be a good finish, isn't it?
Here's Austin Matthews. Trying to find Tavares. That's broken up, and Foegele was just about sent away by himself. Anderson out to play the puck as Warren Foegele tries to get to it. Now with some speed, Jason Spezza. Got the puck into the attacking zone. Van Riemsdyk trying to clear it. Kept in by Dennis Mulligan. Hyman. Spezza couldn't get the puck. Carolina couldn't get it out. Sandin rips the shot off the stick and wide of the net. I think that went off Mulligan.
You hear the fans yelling, shoot, as soon as the Leafs got it.
Penalty's over. Out comes Haula, and away he goes, and he's stopped by Anderson. So a breakaway shorthanded, then a breakaway by the man coming out of the penalty box, and Anderson stops both. And the Leafs didn't score on their power play against an emergency backup goaltender.
And not one shot on that power play. And as you mentioned, two breakaways at the end of the other one.
The late stages of a fascinating period. Here's Nino Niederreiter takes his shot. That's off the stick of Hall and wide. Natchez. In deep, Muzzin takes the puck. Leafs have only had 2 shots on goal since David Ayres came in, and both of them went into the net. And they didn't get one on the power play. Kyle Clifford lost his helmet in the scrum. Now we're going to have a scrap.
And I think Clifford will get an extra because his helmet came off. He didn't grab it, didn't go to the bench. So,
and the whistle went.
Yeah, so interesting after this. I think he's going to get an extra here. No surprise that the Hurricanes would be after Clifford after that, but I think this is going to end up with a power play for Carolina.
Kyle Clifford and Joel Edmondson. Clifford does a lot more of this than Edmondson does.
And so the rule is your helmet comes off, you either have to grab it immediately and put it back on or get off. And the fact that he stayed in and got into a fight, I think that's what the Hurricane bench is yelling here. He'll get the extra. How did it come off? Little wrestling match with Edmondson. Came off there. They obviously had a few words, but he went away. Whistle went. Now he came back, and so it'll be interesting. I don't see the extra on the board as of yet.
5 minutes each for fighting.
And I think he's going to get away with it.
I think so too. Maybe they think or have determined that Edmondson is the guy who pulled the helmet off, and it looks like it's going to be 5 each for fighting, and that's it.
Here's the breakaway. Aho took a quick peek back, saw he had a teammate, maybe thought about passing it back, and instead Anderson with a heck of a save. Heads up play by Fleury here as Haula gets out of the box. He goes in all alone, tries to go 5-hole, and Anderson able to close it at the last second.
So 5-on-5 despite the scrap. And the Maple Leafs have the puck. Barry shoots it in. Here's John Tavares trying to center. Airs down, makes a save, has no idea where the puck is, and then he gets a whistle.
He almost put it in. It was right under his foot. He made the save, was turning around. That's why Foegele, Jim, I think Foegele almost used his hand to try to help his goaltender there. Watch this in his feet. Puck to the net, and it's right by his right foot, and he gets down. Look at the help from behind as Gardner goes in. There it is. He almost knocks it in. Gardner stops him, pushes his pad down, and somehow that one stays out of the net.
Craig, I just can't believe they're not firing from everywhere.
Last minute of play in the second period.
Here's Jake Muzzin. Got a 5-game point scoring streak with an assist tonight. There he is going up the ladder. He ran into Jordan Staal and went down. Foegele has the puck to Staal in front. Tried to make another pass to Williams, and that went off a skate. Justin Williams in deep. Read perfectly by Matthews, and he starts a breakout. Half a minute to go in the period. Here's Tavares moving in. Took the shot. But Jacob Slavin steered it out of play. Kyle.
Jim, David Ayer's last competitive game over 5 years ago, February 2015, playing for the Norwood Vipers in the Allen Cup Hockey League. Gave up 11 goals on 46 shots, the top circuit senior league. A little bit different competition facing here tonight in Toronto.
I just can't imagine what's going through his mind right now, and how fast his heart is pumping. Or maybe he's settled in. 1-goal game. The centering pass went through the legs of Sebastian Aho in front of the net. Kapanen lost his stick, so he couldn't clear the puck. Hall. Carolina just wanting to get to the intermission here and get things sorted out, figure out whether they can have another goaltender back. Here's Kapanen in front, tipped just wide by Pierre Engvall. And that'll be the last chance of the second period. What a night tonight. What haven't we seen?
Why wouldn't Kapanen shoot that one on goal instead of trying the pass? I mean, this is one you just mentioned, Jed. You got to be of the mindset, throw everything at the net. You got a chance here. And instead, off to the side. Good job, Van Riemsdyk coming back and getting a piece of Engvall, and that one never gets there. Little tap from Nylander, and what a unique time. And this game has taken a lot of twists and turns, hasn't it?
As it ever, and it's still another period to come.
Well, the last time the Hurricanes had an emergency backup goalie play was their equipment man, George Alves, on New Year's Eve in 2016. But that was more just a token appreciation. They were down by a couple of goals, 7.6 seconds left, and put him in for the remaining moments of that game. David Ayres actually has a connection to this organization. A few weeks ago, he sat on the bench for the Charlotte Checkers of the American Hockey League when they were in Toronto to face the Marlies. Back in the net for the third, his wife Sarah in the building tonight, and if you follow her on Twitter, understandably, she's been freaking out, Jim.
What a night. And not only have they lost 2 goaltenders tonight, they've lost a star defenseman. Brett Pesce is not back for the third period. So will the Leafs get some shots on David Ayres. He misplayed that puck at the side of the net. They had only 3 shots and scored 2 goals when he came into the game. They seemed somewhat reluctant to shoot the puck. And were outshot 22-8 in the second period by Carolina, which built the 4-1 lead. There's a steal. Warren Foegele goes to the net, scores! Turnover in the back of the net, and Carolina's got a 5-3 lead.
Well, last period we showed the stats. They're the best team in the National Hockey League at getting in on the forecheck, turning pucks over. Here's just a simple D-to-D play. Muzzin gets his head up, and there's the stick, gets a piece of it of Staal's. Foegele comes in, and how about that one? Up and underneath the arm of Anderson. This one gets deflected off the stick of Malgin. Good job of Foegele. You see how he spread his legs apart so that Tavares couldn't get his stick in and get stick on stick, and Foegele makes a good power move and gets it up and under the arm.
And he's got his second of the night, and the Hurricanes are not reluctant to shoot, and they're up to 39 shots on goal and have 5 on Frederik Andersen.
Well, now you got to get pressing the shot button. I mean, your focus has to be okay. You can't think of what's at the other end as the Leafs and not play as hard. You got to dig in now. You know that these Hurricanes are going to try to play the best they can in support of their goaltender.
Jake Gardiner held the puck into the blue line. There's Tyson Barrie with an outlet, stopped at the line by Martin Necas. Marincin. Warren Foegele with his 4th career 2-goal game has restored a 2-goal lead as Gardiner gets back for the puck. Slid it up the middle, knocked down, but Kerfoot couldn't get a shot. Marincin is back for the puck. Watched by Niederreiter. Got the puck to center. Engvall was all tied up, couldn't get it. David Ayres out to play the puck, and he sent it all the way down the ice.
You got a shot on goal.
Travis Dermott. Here's William Nylander. Straight up the middle, onto the wing. The return pass. Zach Hyman tried to get it back to Nylander. Here's Dermott. His pass. Tavares couldn't take it. Hyman. Puck stolen away by Hayden Fleury. Brock McGinn at center. Dermott took the puck away from him. Tavares spins away from the check of McGinn. Dermott. Rasmus Sandin back to Dermott, and the Maple Leafs start out of their own zone. Tavares tipped the puck all the way down the ice, and that's an icing call against Toronto.
Yeah, this starts to get into your head a little bit. You got to get shots on goal. You've only had 3 shots on goal. 2 of them have gone in, and the Leafs have 3 against Ayres. Ayres has 1 against them. There's one that goes off the backboard, and even that play coming in earlier that Hyman was on the wing, just throw it to the net, force him to put a rebound out somewhere.
And the Hurricanes have scored. There's Muzzin with an outlet. Hyman. He couldn't get a hold of the puck into the attacking zone, so Muzzin is back at his own blue line, moved the puck ahead. Kapanen to the attack. Stopped up, fell down. Svechnikov was right on it. Teuvo Teravainen. Svechnikov joins him. Back to Teravainen, centering pass, put right on goal, and Frederik Andersen stopped Sebastian Aho.
You could tell that he pointed towards him afterwards.
Long outlet pass. Here's Austin Matthews. Gets open. Will he shoot it? Too late. Now he's got the puck. Put it on net, and Ayres made the save. Puck's up for grabs. Ayres is down, and he snatched that into his glove and stopped playing.
There's the first couple of touches as Matthews trying to get it through a crowd, and pretty good job of the D standing up, and it was Van Riemsdyk got a piece of it, and then off his stick into the danger zone, and this one he's just happy to get a face-off, gets a tap from a bunch of his new teammates again.
And does Tyson Barrie. Rasmus Sandin made a pass instead of a shot. Kerfoot tipped that into the corner. And the Hurricanes clear the puck down the ice. Sandin is back. Errant pass, intercepted. Hall is in front of the net, off the post, and it stayed out. Not that one, though. Marty Necas backhanded the puck into an open net, and the Hurricanes have a 6-3 lead.
It's wake-up call time now. You think this is going to be an easy game, and right now the one team is skating and the team is wearing white and red. Right now, just turnovers, little lackadaisical play. There's a dangerous pass across the seam to nobody. They get a break here off the crossbar and out, and Barrie can't clear it, and Necas throws that one up into the air. And man, just a shocking type of a game. And I think of a good teammate of mine, Wayne Gretzky. If he had a situation like this with a goaltender in there, it's a 8 or 9 goal night. And right now, the Leafs just aren't pressing. They're not skating. They're not getting anything towards the net. It's quite shocking.
certainly erases what happened on Thursday night and what was probably their best game of the year.
Now, this is one of those strange games mentally where you had so many twists and turns, but now he's still got 16 minutes here to just
Shoot the
potentially
puck.
get 6 shots on goal. You might get 4 or 5.
Here's Travis Dermott. Off the boards, Marner tipped the puck. Matthews with a shot. Ayers with the save. Puck's held in by Marinsu to Matthews to Marner in front of the net. Zach Hyman can't get a good shot away. He's checked. Matthews turns. He can't shoot. And the puck is stripped away by Jacob Slavin. He'll play a lot trying to protect this lead at 6-3 as he dumps the puck down the ice, and not quite enough for icing.
And you could see the extra effort right now with the Hurricanes in front of their goaltender. I mean, they're doing everything they can to just keep everything to the outside.
Intercepted pass. Aho moves back in with Svechnikov. Errant pass to center, and the Canes have the puck again. Hayden Fleury dumps the puck in. Aho shoveled it towards the end board. Spets is back, and Aho has the puck. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, he takes a shot that is blocked in front of the net by Justin Hall. Out comes Jason Spezza on the wing to Engvall. He rips a shot, but way wide of the net. And the puck comes off the boards. And the Canes are back into the attacking zone. Svechnikov tried to pass for Aho. Hall to Pierre Engvall. Back to center. Drops the puck off to Jason Spezza. He in turn goes back to Muzzin. Towards the net, off the side of the net. Engvall back to the line. Tyson Barrie takes the shot. That's fearlessly blocked in front. And Fogel's back to center after the block by Stahl. Stahl for Fogel. Stopped by Anderson. Fogel just about had a hat trick. Justin Williams with a shot. Blocked in front by Muzzin. Shoveled the puck ahead. Morgan's tripped up, and Carolina will be shorthanded. The Leafs go to a power play, trailing by 3.
The Leafs get a break here, but again, just the blue sweaters standing and watching. Watch the neutral zone here. This is a nothing play, and Fogel takes it inside his own zone, walks in, ends up getting the puck back, and a great chance where Anderson able to make a big save, and that's just inexcusable. And here reaching, Fogel gets in on the hands, hauls his man down, and well, this is a must-score power play right now for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And the power play goes to work, and Tavares snapped the puck back. Tyson Barrie slides into the middle. On the other side for Marner, off his skate, puck got away from him, then he fell down. Short-handed, Jordan Stahl with McGinn, head fake, shoots, and a great save by Frederik Andersen. Darn near a short-handed goal for Jordan Stahl.
Oh boy, there's another one for Anderson, and Sheldon Keefe's seen enough, and he's going with his second crew already. He just, all of a sudden, Marner can't make a play, falls down, and this is one that pretty good job, though, taking away as Tavares came back hard, so there was no pass possible, and Keefe changing things up. Get the group out there, just work hard, throw it to the net, get something going here.
Kerfoot got the puck back to Sandin. Still a minute and a half to go in the power play as Sandin can't find his way out of his own zone. Now Malgin played it back. Spezza passes off to the wing. Hyman turned and put the puck into the corner. Centering pass. Canes are there in numbers but can't get the puck right over the line. And Ayers makes a lovely save off Zach Hyman.
He gets taps from his teammates there. And, you know, the longer you go without putting any pressure on, the more you give Ayers a chance to just maybe settle in a little bit. There's just your classic, stay deep in your net, get square to the shot. Hyman unable to get enough of that one. It's past the point of funny now, though, if you're a Leaf player. You got to remember the guys you're playing against are NHLers. The goaltender's the only one that's not.
Here's Sandin spinning at the line, watched by Jordan Stahl. Dennis Mulligan on the other side, and his pass back was tipped, and the Leafs have to retreat to center. Mulligan gets the puck across the line. Spezza passed it outside the line, and they retreat and regroup once again. And the fans are all over this power play. There's a steal by Jordan Martinook, and he hooked the puck down the ice.
I just think a little human nature. You think it's going to be easy, and the goals are going to come after the first two go in. And right now, the Hurricanes are digging in and playing hard in front of this guy.
Are they ever? Matthews Into Nylander. He dropped the puck off to Mr. Nobody, and Brock McGinn stepped in and cleared it down the ice.
You know, one big game on Thursday with all the pressure on can go away pretty quickly, and it's in jeopardy of that right now.
Another player down. Barry tripped over the blue line. Tavares got the puck in for Nylander. Back on the other side to Marner. Trying to go back to the blue line again. The puck is passed right out into the neutral zone, and Matthews has got to go back. Now the penalty's almost over. Fogle is standing. Leafs have barely got the puck to the net on this power play, let alone score against David Ayres.
You know, the guy that should be nervous is Ayres in the net. Right now, to me, the Leafs look nervous. They're bobbling passes, they're turning
Falling
pucks
down.
over, falling down, toe picking. It's almost like it's more embarrassing when you can't get anything going, and that's exactly the way this period has gone.
Aho in to steal the puck from Marincin. Back for Svechnikov. Frederic Gauthier out to center. Here's Kyle Clifford. Rink wide off the boards. Kapanen can't get to the net. Edmondson cut him off, and now they'll battle. Clifford comes in. He's up against Slavin. Svechnikov comes back to help and gets the puck, and he flips it out to center. Justin Hall turns back. Kapanen dropped the puck off, and even that didn't work. Muzzin has to go back and get it. A drop back at center. Here's Justin Hall. Kane's back in numbers. Engvall's in after the puck. Jarred it loose. Jason Spezza back to the line. Hall to Muzzin to the net. That was tipped. Ayres made the save. Loose puck on the boards. Natchez gets it out to center, and the Canes have numbers through the middle of the ice. Jake Gardiner, Eric Haula to the net. That's picked off, and Hall goes back the other way. Pierre Engvall in on a forward, and that's Kerfoot who comes up to join him and takes the puck. Trevor Van Riemsdyk checked him, and there's going to be a penalty here, and Kerfoot's going to argue this, but he's going to get a penalty. So now the Leafs will be shorthanded. There are the shots since Peter Mrazek got run over by Kyle Clifford and had to leave the game. 16-8 in favor of the Hurricanes. They've scored 2 goals in the third period after Toronto got 2-on-3 shots on David Ayres in the second.
You see a little talking to by Sheldon Keefe, but there wasn't that much. I mean, everybody just seems just a little shocked and not getting their skating legs, not making plays. Everything really seems pressed. And again, there's another missed clear.
Now shorthanded, so a chance for Aho. He put the puck to Svechnikov to the side of the net. Teravainen back to the blue line. Jacob Slavin. Svechnikov one-timer. Anderson got some of that. Slavin comes in off the line, gave the puck away. Marner will flip it to center. Zach Hyman up against Slavin. Colorado native Slavin trying to get back into the attacking zone. Can't quite do it. Justin Williams to Sebastian Aho. He's checked by Muzzin. Anderson plays the puck into the corner. And Mitch Marner sent it all the way down the ice, and the penalty killers change up. This is just a power play that the Canes probably feel they can just kill another 2 minutes on the clock. Walmart with the shoot-in. Natchez to Haula. And back along the boards, Nino Niederreiter. Jake Gardiner. Niederreiter. Quickly back to Gardiner once again. His wrist shot is blocked. And Engvall turns back. And his stick exploded. He gave up the puck. Walmart to the side of the net. Niederreiter passes around the outside. You get a forward without a stick trying to kill the penalty. Gardiner on his side. Walmart goes back. They try and take advantage of this. Another return pass to Gardiner. Now he takes the shot, and it's deflected just wide. Natchez and Dermott put their sticks on the puck, and it went up in the air on a play. Right off the draw, Gardiner has the puck again. A cross-ice pass, Jacob Slavin. Another battle going on in front of the net as Gardiner gets the puck. Natchez back to Gardiner, drills a shot blocked by Muzzin, and he cleared it.
That one hurt his hand too, got him right in the left hand, and he's just checking his stick now. Is Muzzin making sure it's okay.
Canes finish up a change here. Back to 5-on-5. Down to 8:20 to go in a third period in which the Maple Leafs haven't been able to score on David Ayres. Anderson out to play the puck. Muzzin. Kyle Clifford into the middle. Dennis Mulligan turned back. Gauthier is there as well, and the puck is into the Carolina bench.
The moment for Ayers, it just gets smiles all around. This is going to be a heck of a last 8 minutes. Just trying to hold on as he guards the net down to our left.
Well, that's good that he's settled in now and looks like he's enjoying it. Matthews taking a shift here with Tavares and Nylander. Dermott, defenseman in deep. Jordan Staal's all over him. Matthews comes in fishing for the puck. Tavares comes over to help him. Warren Fogle has got a pair of goals in the game. One of 4 Ontario players on the Hurricanes, and he's a local boy, so a big night for him. And a big night for his team right now.
You can see how far they're coming back. Everybody back in deep, protecting, and Fogle did a good play under pressure to turn that one around and get it out of his own. Don't even give the Leafs a chance to get anything on goal.
Now Tavares is swarmed and the puck taken away. Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Long pass to center. Tipped in by Brock McGinn. First man back is Hall. On the other side, Rasmus Sandin shovels the puck up the boards. Here's Kasperi Kapanen. He tripped over center ice as he dumped the puck in. Engvall is in after it. Spezza. Forced to the outside by Fleury. Turns and shoots, and Ayers skewed that aside. McGinn got the puck out and gets to the bench. Justin Hall. I think the fans here are in complete disbelief of what they've seen here tonight. Here's Svechnikov, stole the puck from Sandin. Aho in front of the net, missed on the exchange with Teravainen. Spezza got the puck to center.
Look how hard the Canes are hounding the puck, though. They're just not making anything easy. They see that the pressure is really getting to the Leafs right now, so they just don't give them any time to make a play.
Teravainen to Aho, end of a shift, he dumps the puck back in. And it's under 6 minutes left on the clock. Justin Hall. Matthews gives him the puck back. Sees a little room to skate. Marner chased back by Niederreiter. A chip in by Zach Hyman. Matthews got a hit in on Gardner. But the Canes get the puck again, and Slavin gets it out to center. Tyson Barrie backing up into his own zone. Rink wide to Marner, into the middle. Here's Matthews. Trying to skate to some open ice. Can't shoot from there. Throws the puck in front of the net. Muzzin with the goaltender bumped into and down. Marner takes the shot. That's blocked by Niederreiter. And the puck stays inside of the line. Diving play by Natchez, and he can't get the puck out. Niederreiter's back up on his feet. He gets the puck to center. Carolina playing a desperate game. Alex Kerfoot back in, and Muzzin's just a step ahead of the play, offside.
40 years ago today was Miracle on Ice, Jim, but I don't know what you make of this so far tonight.
This is a miracle on ice. David Ayers might get the win here tonight. He's got 5 minutes to go with a 6-3 lead. And the puck is onto the Leaf bench.
And they've thrown 47 at Frederik Andersen. Another fall. I mean, I haven't seen a period where Leaf players have tripped over themselves and had trouble standing up before.
Muzzin shovels the puck ahead. John Tavares stalled at center ice. Swarmed again by a pack of Hurricanes. And the Hurricanes get the puck to the blue line. Dermott knocked it down but couldn't hold it in. Now he's back to collect the puck. Justin Hall up the middle. Kasperi Kapanen with the puck ahead. Spezza fights with it. Gets it in deep. Sebastian Aho is back.
Jim, can you imagine the Florida Panthers are playing in Vegas tonight, watching this thinking, oh my gosh, an easy night for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're going to have a hard time keeping back of them. They must be watching this in disbelief.
Here's Jason Spezza. Gets open. Ripped a shot. There's got a little piece of that steered it wide of the net. But finally, a hard shot from the middle of the ice. Leafs are running out of time. Justin Hall.
There's a message from the coach, too. The third and fourth lines after that icing call are the next ones up.
Hayden Fleury sent the puck to center. Walmart shot it in. Tyson Barrie back to collect it. Kyle Clifford. His pass is knocked down by Martinook, and he kept the puck inside the line. Clifford again. Good stick there by Jacob Slavin. Rasmus Sandin. Tyson Barrie. Mitch Marner at center. Flip the puck in. Eric Holla is back. Matthews is right on him. Goes after the puck. Holla got it. Board's not out. Barrie held it in. Hyman is battling, and down he goes with Holla. Niederreiter dumped the puck in. Natchez is with him out front. Kills some time. Plays the puck back to Slavin. He takes a shot. And Freddie Andersen stops play, but we're down to 2:29 left in the third. And let's look back on David Ayres' night that I'm sure everybody, when they saw him come in here, thought he'd get lit up like few goaltenders ever do.
You know, the thrill of a lifetime, as you say, get an opportunity. He gets taps from his teammates, his new ones. At the end of the period, he survived 2 goals on 3 shots, and then all of a sudden the Hurricanes get a couple for him, and he's able to stand in there, and it's been a pretty amazing period for number 90. Too much of that, though, isn't it? The breaking up of the play, not getting into the zone. The Hurricanes are the team that played last night, and they're playing solid defense in front of Ayres.
An icing call against Carolina, and the clock gets down to 2 minutes.
And here's another message by the head coach, not happy with his top guys. I mean, come on, you got a 3-goal lead to try to get back, and once again you've got the Spezza line. You've had 3rd and 4th lines, and the top guys have been sitting.
No goals on 6 shots in the third period against David Ayres. Edmondson up the boards. Williams chips the puck to center. Martin Marincin. Travis Dermott. Puck's tipped back in by Spezza. Long outlet pass by Jordan Stahl to Justin Williams. We welcome those viewers who have been watching the Montreal Canadiens defeat Ottawa 3-0. You've missed a spectacle here tonight. 2 goaltenders out for Carolina. Emergency replacement, 42-year-old David Ayres in goal. And he's looking like he's going to get his first National Hockey League victory. If the game stays the way it has, and there's no reason to think that the Maple Leafs are going to have a miraculous comeback right now.
Well, it just doesn't seem like it, does it? And had to be a little bit rattled when the very first 2 shots that came his way found the back of the net. It looked like it was going to be an easy goal night for the Maple Leafs, but this third period has been a shock for everyone in blue, and you could see the reaction of Sheldon Keefe.
Stahl and Kapanen go off, so it's 4-on-4. And a little more open ice. Dermott plays the puck back. William Nylander picks up some speed. Round on the boards for Dermott. He pinched down to hold the puck in against Sebastian Aho. They just don't want the puck anywhere near the net, and they've done a great job of being tenacious and on the puck and keeping it away from Toronto.
This is a game for Rod Brind'Amour that might just be the tipping point. I mean, his team looked like, oh my gosh, this one's going to go south, and they have just buckled down and played relentless at the puck, turning pucks over all the time, and this is one that maybe will really bond you going forward.
Without question, it'll mean a lot to them. Nylander moves in. He can't get a shot away. Battling with Van Riemsdyk along the boards. Sandin from the blue line. Under 30 seconds to go. Shots are 48-25 Carolina, and they've got the puck.
6 shots on goal in this period with so much on the line.
Absolutely remarkable. An amazing night. And David Ayres, I'm sure, can't believe what's happening to him right now. Played half the game, faces a shot, makes the save. Keep the puck, David. You've just got a National Hockey League victory. 6-3 Carolina.
Oh man, look at that reaction. The Hurricanes known for their post-game antics. I wonder what they'd be doing at home with this one, but credit them. They dug in hard and just didn't give the Leafs anything. The Leafs couldn't mount any kind of a pressure in this third period. Carolina gets 2 more goals to give their goaltender a little breathing room, and he pays off with just a remarkable ending. His first NHL game, his first NHL win.
And he even got a shot on goal. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, who could fall back out of the playoffs tonight, a terribly disappointing night after their best game of the season on Thursday. Books could be written about what's happened here tonight.
And how good does this feel? Get it in the gloves. Horn goes. Celebration begins. What a moment.
They didn't even know him at the start of the night, and at the end of the night, he's one of them. He's a Caniac. Zamboni driver by day, emergency goaltender by night, National Hockey League winner for Carolina. Here he is, named one of the stars of the game, and there's another first, and something he probably never thought he'd get a chance to do.
Jim, thank you, David. It was a scene here as the players came off the ice, the hooting and hollering, the David chants. You would have thought a playoff series was won this evening. My words won't do any of this justice, so I'd love to know what's been going through your mind the last couple hours.
It's been great. Obviously, that second period was a little shaky, but I told the boys in the dressing room, once we come up for the third, I'll be settled down and ready to win this one.
I mean, you've been here countless times at the ready, but when did you really start to feel or think that, gosh, I may be going in tonight?
Actually, I got a bunch of text messages and said, get in there, and someone came into the room and like, hey, you better get dressed, you're going out there. So I was a little shocked, but I'm loving it.
Well, and I mean, you've been out on the ice with the Maple Leafs, the Marlies in the past. Did you have any book on any of the shooters that you faced this season?
I actually thought the first one, Tavares, I didn't think he was going to go along the ice, to be honest with you. And he did. A little bit of a screen went in. I'll take credit for that one, but hey, it was a good time.
90 on the back, was that your decision or the team's?
That was definitely their decision, for sure.
All right, well, finally, I'll just ask. I mean, you get credit for the win here tonight, David. I mean, your last game of record that we could find was Allen Cup hockey 5 years ago. How would you just describe what tonight was?
It was awesome. Obviously, the time of my life out there. I've been on this ice many times without fans. Put fans in the mix, and it's a whole different game, obviously. But, hey, once in a lifetime, I'll take it.
One more Hockey Night in Canada. Your wife's Twitter account was hilarious as she kind of watched this all unfold. Who are you thinking of? Who would you love to say hi to?
All of them. Obviously her. I knew she was going to blow Twitter up, to be honest. But all my family, all my friends, actually a couple of my buddies came behind the net and they were waving at me. So that was pretty cool too. So it's a great time.
What was some of the best things you heard here from your now new teammates in Carolina throughout this one?
These guys were awesome. And actually the spot that settled me down, one of the guys said to me, just have fun. We don't care if you let 10 goals in. That settled me right down, and it was great.
Who was it?
It was Holla.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
well deserved, David. Just a wonderful night. Congratulations on the win, and enjoy soaking this one in.
Thank you. Thank you.